If you have a teenager in your home, you know they're impossible to wake up on school days, but come Saturday morning, they've vanished into another dimension until noon. It's frustrating, but here's the thing. That weekend sleep might actually be exactly what they need. Our next guest is here to answer the question, should we really let teens sleep in on weekends? Sahar Burgess, registered dietitian and founder of Inner Health and Wellness, is joining us. Thank you so much, Sahar. I have a 12, almost 13-year-old, and so this really hits home with me right now. Why is it so important for teens' emotional and cognitive health, sleep?
So sleep is where the brain does 90% of the work. It's a time where, think of sleep as a remote control, where it resets every night in teenagers' brain, allows the time for all the memories to consolidate, to process all the learning that they've learned throughout the day, as well as focusing on their emotions. And so it's really important for teens to get that adequate amount of sleep.
Absolutely. Otherwise, they might be grumpy.
Yes.
So how does chronic sleep deprivation impact their mood, their stress levels, and their focus?
Yes, sleep is unfortunately overlooked as the basic foundation and for teens' health. So for a long period of time, and that can happen for many reasons, can cause cognitive incapabilities for teens.
Okay.
So we were talking about anxiety, mood swings, incapable to focus, and sometimes can impact their academics for when they've been having a long period of time lack of sleep.
Absolutely, I could see that, absolutely. So can sleeping in on weekends be helpful for them? How should families approach this, keep it balanced? Because it's a touchy subject. Some people are like, get them up, and other parent might be like, let them sleep.
Yes, catching up on sleep is great, it's important.
Yeah.
It does energize the body, but you do want to be mindful of how much sleep they're getting in, so not to interfere with their body's internal clock. So ideally, I recommend 1 to 2 hours of sleep, extra sleep on weekends from the regular daily routine. But that could be hard, right?
Yeah.
Depending on activities or what they're doing. This is where the power of naps come in, even 20 to 30 minutes, which sounds so little.
Oh, yeah.
But it can refuel their brain, focus their energy, reboot them back. And especially if it's done before 3 p.m., so it's not interfering with their body's internal clock.
Yeah, my daughter will do that, just a quick 30 minutes.
It's great.
So is there any downside to them oversleeping on weekends?
Yes,
Okay.
Unfortunately, it does happen a lot when you see teens sleeping too long. It does shift their sleep schedule, which can impact their internal circadian rhythm, which is kind of like social jet lag. So come Sunday night, your teen's having a hard time falling asleep.
Yeah.
And then Monday morning, they're super groggy, having a hard time focusing, and that jet lag lasts throughout the week. So they're trying to play catch up, and so result, it's like a vicious cycle.
Yeah.
That's repeating itself.
That sounds difficult. Okay,
Yes.
so taking notes. Are there any sleep habits or small changes that can help to improve teen sleep consistency?
Yes. Consistency, especially when we're talking about to be sustainable, keep it consistent rather than perfection.
Okay.
Creating that sleep hygiene and sleep routine. Reducing screen time at nighttime. Even creating that schedule, like creating that environment, a cool night environment to help them relax. Simple changes can signal the body. So even if you put down your device or dim the lights, it signals the body that it's time to rest. So that structure, even though teens don't like structure, does help teens a lot.
Okay, you mentioned you have something that can help with that.
Yes.
The app.
Yes. The Inner Health Wellness app is great, and one of the tools that I want to tell parents to do, especially for building that consistency, is creating that nighttime routine for them, as well as making sure that they're not having anything high sugary or high caffeinated in later on during the day, so it doesn't disrupt their sleep. And then making sure in the morning that they have direct sunlight, so it reboots their body and support them with energy.
Okay.
And we have created in our Inner Health Wellness app that helps families and their teens build that consistency and that habit.
Okay, thank you. These are wonderful tips. I really appreciate you coming in.
Of course.
Okay, well, for more insights on health and wellness, Visit innerhealthwellness.com.